over facts. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Make sure the kids hear words. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Donald Trump does pose an extra strength to this. It's not
Better
hypothetical.
off than you are.
This is pretty serious. By the way, these are way beyond an occasional campaign gaffe, and I am beginning, I'm more than a little worried that this man could represent a clear and present danger to this country. He's obviously not capable of leading. He's been hiding the entire campaign, and the corrupt media mob is covering for him. Joe wants to be the president of the United States of America. That would be the toughest job in the world, and at times, Joe doesn't seem to remember that he's even running for president, or what state he's in, or what day of the week it is. Does anyone really believe that if elected, that Joe Biden will actually be in control of anything?
What kind of country we're going to be? 4 more years of George, going to find ourselves in a position where, if Trump gets elected, we're going to be in a different world. Brock and I think it's a right for people to have bad care. Folks, we got a lot of work to do. I don't only need you to get me elected, I need you once I'm elected. I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
What? Yeah, why did he keep playing that? So stupid.
That is hilarious. I mean, the proof is right there. The dude is shot mentally. What sane person watches that video and says, I think I want him to be the leader of the free world. I think he is fully capable of running the most free and prosperous country in the history of the world.
In fairness to them, they've probably never seen those clips.
More
because
people
the
there
media will
tonight
not
than
show
was
those.
Oh
earlier.
yeah, they try to memory hold
See,
all
what's
of
those
that.
two
They're like,
things over there? For the
this is
lights?
fine. This is fine.
Those two things
Nothing's
right there?
happening here. Nothing to see here.
Those two
I mean,
things
come
right
on,
there?
man. We got
Shit,
128,000
too much
people
light.
watching right now that just saw it. Oh, and those are just, that's not even half of the gaps, man. I mean, it's like, look bat, you lying dog face, pony soldier, all the things, man. The dude is just insane. You cannot make this stuff up. We're living in the twilight zone. This dude is on the ballot, and not only is he on the ballot, they're saying that he's leading. He's leading, meaning he could be pulling the levers of power. He could have the nuclear codes. And that's before you get to all of the corruption. That's before you get to all of his creepy moments on camera that we will not get into.
He's not ahead. What this is the media is trying to say he's ahead so that by a lot, so that a Trump victory is not feasible. Okay, that's what they're trying to do. So, if the polls were close, that would make a Trump victory believable. That would make a Trump victory acceptable because it's probable that could happen. But if you say that Joe's up by 15 or whatever you want to say it is, and then Trump somehow wins, what's the narrative for the media? Oh, there was some kind of fraud. There was some kind of Russian influence. There was some kind of voter suppression. You know, how can you have voter suppression when 100,000 people have already voted, or 100 million people have already voted? How do you have voter suppression?
Historic turnout for voting already.
I mean, we have almost like 70% of the vote in from 2016 already. So you can't give me a break with this voter suppression stuff. That's just a narrative that sounds like a loser to me. That sounds like you know you're going to lose. So you're already coming up with excuses as to why you're going to lose. But why are they boarding up all these cities that are run by Democrats that are liberal infested? Why? Well,
it's for the peaceful protests that they're going to incur.
Yeah, the peaceful protesters that are going to go there and riot, right? Does that make any sense to anyone? I mean, give me a break. I mean, it's clear.
They were just throwing peaceful bricks through the windows over there. You know, it's all peaceful. Don't believe your lying eyes as the buildings are smoldering behind us. As you see this apocalyptic hellscape behind me, things are fine. That's what they're telling you on the media. This is why they're so corrupt, and this is why right side broadcasting exists, because we're not going to do any of that. We're just going to tell you what's actually happening. What's actually happening is President Trump has a groundswell of support. He's got bold supporters that will wear the red MAGA hat, and then he's got a bunch of undercurrent supporters that are just there. They like the policies, and they're going to support President Trump, and that's the truth, and we're going to show you that.
The crowd just keeps coming in.
The crowd just keeps coming in. We're just going to show you the crowd. We're just moments away for President Trump's arrival here. I don't know if he's on the ground yet, if Air Force One has arrived yet. I have to imagine that it is, because Traverse City, Michigan is no more than an hour flight from here. So I imagine he's here. It's just, you know what the media will say, he made it cold so he could freeze his supporters. They reach for the bottom. They're grasping at straws. The insanity, you just can't make it.
Taking his time because there was a really long line outside, so he's probably just taking a little bit of extra time to get those people in, because we're looking at it now and there's still people flowing in from the back. So look, we're here and there's more people in line right now at the food truck than there is at a Joe Biden rally. I'd say there's 100 people in line for the barbecue truck and 100 people in line for the hamburger truck. And it's actually a pretty nice night here tonight. It's probably about 45 degrees, but it's much warmer than we thought it was going to be. So that's great. Yeah, it wasn't Iowa yesterday, that's for sure. But you know, there are so many red hats here. I mean, it's just a sea of red hats. They're just everywhere. And you know, the best is yet to come on the screen right there, and I think that's really what President Trump's message for the second term is. Look, I did all this in 3 years. We're going to get right past this pandemic when the new year comes around, and then we're going to get right back on track and get back to normal life. And I think I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait till get back to normal life and have all our freedoms back, you know. And speaking of that, did you guys see out in California today there was a ruling against Governor Gavin Newsom for unconstitutional lockdowns and orders? So they ruled against him, and they did a permanent injunction, which is amazing, out in California. So, you know, they're kind of putting a check on these tyrannical Democrat governors. And, you know, it's about time. You know, it's about time out in California something like that happens. So as a native Californian, I was so happy to hear that, because that shows that, you know, we can turn this around. We can turn it around in California. If you're from California, please get out and vote tomorrow. Your vote matters. We want that popular vote. We want those House races back that we lost in 2018, so we can get the House back from Nancy Pelosi. So if you're from California and you're watching tonight, share this with somebody. Share this with some friends. Get out and vote tomorrow. Your vote matters. It really, really, really does. I'm flying home directly after this rally so I can go vote in California tomorrow in person. Okay? So all of you all better be voting out there tomorrow too.
Yes,
So let's get it done tomorrow night for President Trump and for our country and frankly for the world. The world, you know, as much as they want to go against us, the world needs us, man. They need a strong America. They cannot have a weak America. A weak America equals a weak world. So I think we're in good shape. President Trump should be here pretty soon. It's a great atmosphere here. You can tell the elections tomorrow. You can just tell. People are ready. People here are ready. They're ready to vote. They're ready to show up. If we show up tomorrow, President Trump stays for 4 more years. If we don't, he doesn't. It's really as simple as that. So
This is for all the marbles. Either President Trump is reelected and we save our country, or we lose it all and we get Kamala Harris' version of America. That's right. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris want to destroy our country with their horrible ideas, their horrible policies, their anti-freedom policies. They're going to start treating COVID like the bubonic plague, lock everybody up in their houses. I'm not feeling that. I don't want the mandatory mask order. Guess who else doesn't want it? Millions and millions and millions of Americans. In fact, the majority of Americans, they just want freedom. They just want to be left alone. Why can't these politicians leave us alone? Did you ever wonder that? Why can't they just leave us alone and let us live our lives? It's not that hard. Remember, people cross oceans so that they can be left alone because they were under the communist government. And they want to implement that crap here. We're not going to let them have it because we're going to send a resounding no to the establishment party tomorrow. We re-elect Donald J. Trump for 4 more years in the White House.
Yeah, it's open.
So get out there and vote. Vote, vote, vote.
No,
Especially in
that was
Florida.
mint you're using.
If you live in
That's
the
winter
Sunshine
green.
State, aka the
No,
Gunshine
I told you, just
State,
open
aka
up.
my home state, you get yourselves to the polls
It's winter
early.
green.
Because guess what? Florida tends to turn in their votes early. Like that state can be called early. If we can have Florida be one of the first states called, that will create a ripple effect across the country. And it will be an early indicator that President Trump is going to be a happy man tomorrow night. And we can breathe a little sigh of relief. Now, President Trump wins. When President Trump wins Florida and North Carolina, it's a good indicator of things to come. It means it's going to be a very good night. And I know, like I know how to spell my name,
On my
this man's
card.
going to win
On my
the
card,
Sunshine State. When
$84.
Democrats hit the panic button, when their beacon of hope is Miami, and when you have 100,000 Miami voters down there, Cubans,
That's what
Puerto
fishermen
Ricans,
pay, 84.
Asians, Dominicans, they're all down there.
I'm gonna get one more roll.
They love
I'm gonna get
President
one
Trump.
more roll.
And when Democrats don't have the votes in Miami,
You like the
you know
cinnamon?
they're in trouble because the
You like
rest
the
of
cinnamon?
Florida is turning red.
You like the
I mean,
cinnamon?
Florida is trending red. Look about it. You look at it. We picked up a Senate seat in the midterms, and
Already
we
got the
had,
5 rolls. You gotta have 5.
we elected Ron DeSantis.
5 and 5, you
We
gotta
picked up
have
some
both.
congressional
No, you
seats.
can get 1 5 or if you get the other.
Republican AG. We're doing big things
You gotta,
in
you gotta
Florida.
ask them.
And
It's crucial, man, because we could have lost that. We could have lost Florida if we would have lost that governor race.
yeah, and not only that, if we would have lost Florida, we could have
I'm
potentially
going
lost
back
this
up there
election
to
because,
Cheshire.
like we
and
said
get another
earlier,
5 rolls.
Andrew Gillum would have destroyed the state of Florida,
Used to
would have
take
turned
a
it
lot
into
of me in
California
Cheshire.
style.
I think I'm gonna get
Basically overnight,
$500
you would have to implement a state tax, a state income tax, in order to pay for his
I have weeks ago, I'm
leftist
gonna take
agenda.
another ride up
Free
there.
health care for illegals and turning Florida to a sanctuary state. We already know we'd be experiencing extreme COVID shutdowns.
If you're in North Carolina, you have the chance to get your governorship back tomorrow night. Let's get in Dan Forest in there and get that crazy Cooper governor out of North Carolina. So let's get that done,
343.
as well as getting President Trump
So I can
elected
tell the
and Tom
time now.
Tillis back in the Senate.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. So, President Trump, we believe, should have arrived by now. I mean, he's the commander in chief, so he shows up when he wants to. But he
135,000.
was supposed to be here about 30 minutes ago. Yes, we have 135,000 people watching right now. Please, 4 more years. Let's get a chant from the crowd. Look at them. They're excited. They're excited for President Trump's arrival. And they love Right Side Broadcasting. I love seeing all these smiling faces. You come to one of these peaceful protests, you got people throwing up 4 more years. You got them excited, fired up. They're holding up their hats, waving them back and forth. This is just high energy. It's just love. It's just love. But we got 135,000 people watching. Guys, do us the biggest favor. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to Right Side Broadcast. If you like what you see, subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss any events. We hope you'll stay tuned with us for President Trump's grand finale of his historic campaign. Is after this event here, he'll be heading right back across Lake Michigan to Grand Rapids for his final MAGA rally. We hope you'll stay tuned for that. And yeah, follow us on social media. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Just search RSB Network and we should pop right up. We're on all the social media. Just follow us on all the things. Support
You
independent
got
media.
YouTube down there?
Support this movement. Let's read some more super chats.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of them. And for those of you that would like to support us financially, you can go to rsvnetwork.com/donate, or you can mail a check to our physical address, 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama, 36830. Now we got Alfred. Alfred says, thank you, RSBN. Great work, Trump 2020. Bethany says, pray for Geodis. I don't know what Geodis is. What do you think Geodis is? Maybe that's a typo?
I don't know.
Bethany says pray for Geodis, but I think you mean pray for POTUS. And we got John Pinkston. Thank you, John, for your super chat. We got Tan. Thank you for your super chat, Tan. And who else we got? We got another one. Alexi, I think I said that right. Thank you for your super chat. Robert Newman says, God bless America and God bless RSPN. Thank you. Lee said, thank you for your super chat. I gotta scroll way back over here to see the other ones. Annika King says, thank you, RSBN. JC Fan says, I'm something Asian for Trump. Thank you for your super chat. God bless you. Can't argue fact says, red wave tsunami. Yes, I believe it. I believe it. Red wave rising. Red wave rising, baby. We're going to get this done. We're going to win this thing. We're going to win this thing. And oh my God, those leftist tears are going to rain from the
And they're
sky tomorrow.
outside.
Isn't it
Collect
precious?
it like you would
Yeah.
rainwater.
Maple syrup.
08 says
delicious.
unlicensedvoice.com is better than
This cooking
Twitter
from
and
water.
Facebook. Thank you, RSBN, for your
I
exceptional
love maple
coverage
syrup.
of every single Trump rally. God bless Donald J. Trump, the greatest leader and American hero. Unsilenced voice. Yes, indeed. Where do you think the president is? He's building this anticipation.
Yeah, I think he's just, he's a showman. He's a showman. He's an entertainer. He's letting the crowd build. He's letting the anticipation build because this is it right here. You got to come up with your best performance, and he will. He'll deliver tonight, and it'll be great. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in. 135,000 watching. Wow, you guys are amazing.
He was
Share
there
this
earlier
wherever you
today.
can. And spread the
He
good
was there
word.
earlier
Let's
today.
break the record tonight. Last night of the election.
He was there
the
earlier
campaign, let's break the
today.
record. Let's get these numbers.
He was there
Get as
earlier
many
today,
eyes
and we're going
on
back
this-
there
That's
again.
on this stream as we can.
Right?
This is
That's
it.
supposed to be his last
No
stop.
time for holding back
So
now.
we'll
We
take-
got to bring
we'll
everything we
take
got.
notes.
So
Yeah, I like
it's
Convention.
really a great crowd here. The energy's amazing.
He was
We're
there
never
earlier
going to see
today.
anything like this ever again from a president. So it's amazing to be
Yeah.
here and just experience this in person. It's incredible. The love for this president is unmatched. You'll never see anything like this again. So I think the crowd is ready, man. They're ready. They're ready for a big performance tonight, and they're ready to vote tomorrow. Wisconsin is ready to win it for President Trump. Look, if
He's on
we win
YouTube also.
Wisconsin,
He's on the,
that
he's
pretty
on the
much gives it
fuzzy.
to us.
Maybe on
If
the
we
side.
win Michigan, that pretty
On
much
his-
gives it to us.
I mean,
If
on
we
his
win
own.
Pennsylvania,
Oh,
that
oh,
definitely
the-
gives it to
yeah.
us. Minnesota, if you're
Yeah.
out there, get
Yeah,
out
the
and
hot
vote
chocolate.
tomorrow. We need
Where's the
you.
phone?
First time since 1972, we're going to turn Minnesota
Where
red
do
tomorrow
we, how do you
night.
go
I
down the
have
road?
an idea.
Nevada, if
And
you're out there, if you're
two-
listening from
and two
Nevada,
things.
get out and vote
And two
tomorrow. We
things.
can take that state
Two
back.
things.
We can get that state. It's crucial. That's
Well,
6
bring two
electoral
things.
votes right there.
I have to bring
If you're
two
in New
things.
Hampshire,
At least gotta bring two
if you're in New
things.
Hampshire, if you're
ID
watching,
and two,
we didn't forget
saying
about
that you
you up
live
there.
here.
Get out and vote tomorrow.
Well,
We
they want
almost won
something
New
with
Hampshire
your
4
address.
years
Which
ago. I
address?
think it
Two
was a
things with
really
address.
slim margin,
Well,
maybe a
that's
couple
no
thousand
problem.
votes. So
I got my
that's another 4 electoral votes. If you're in Arizona, we need you. Come on. You've been reliable. We cannot go blue in Arizona. We're not going to put up with that. We like our freedoms out in Arizona, don't we? Big gun state.
But you still use it for
freedom
Wi-Fi
state.
though.
So we need that in Arizona. We need it from you. It's looking good. It's looking good in Maricopa County right now, but we can't get lazy. We gotta stay vigilant. We gotta get Martin McSally into the Senate also. That's crucial. Like I've said many times, getting President Trump in there obviously is the first objective. But right after that, we need to keep the Senate, and we need to flip the House. It's critical to have a Congress that's going to work with our president. What else? Florida, like Mike said many times, Florida, crucial. Florida, North Carolina, you guys are going to set the tone tomorrow night for us. We get big victories there, and we're on our way, just like we were 4 years ago. So, if we get a big victory in Florida, big victory in North Carolina,
We're going there
it's
Wednesday.
going to start trickling up.
We're going to mall
You know,
Wednesday.
then comes Ohio. Come on, Ohio, we need you again like we had 4 years ago. Let's beat that 9 points we won by last time. Let's get that into double digits. Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, we need you. All 4 of you. Let's sweep that Great Lakes region. If you're in a state where you don't think your vote matters, like, let's say New Mexico, I got news for you. New Mexico. Keep your eye on New Mexico tomorrow night. This is my dark horse state. I think we have a chance there. New Mexico has a lot of energy jobs, okay? And Biden's threatening to get rid of those. Also,
It's about to
New
wear my
Mexico
blue
has
tomorrow.
a large
I'm
Hispanic
wearing my red, white, blue
population. The
shirt.
biggest
Wearing my
percent
blue
by
mask.
population
I'm
of
wearing
any
my red,
state
white, blue
in the
hat.
country.
It's all about the red, white, and blue tomorrow.
Trump's rising numbers with minorities,
I don't
and
think
the fact that Gary Johnson is no longer on the ballot, he was the former governor of New
I
Mexico.
got the red, white, and blue
He
hat,
stole 9%.
the shirt,
He
the
stole
red, white, and blue
9% of the
American
ballot
flag.
last time. And Trump lost the state by only 8 points. So if we could get a
I got the
majority
flag
of
too.
those
I'm
Gary
gonna wear that
Johnson
tomorrow.
voters, we could get a rising Hispanic vote. If we could get the energy
It's about the red,
sector
white, and blue
vote
tomorrow.
out in New Mexico, we got a chance there. Colorado, how about Colorado? Aren't you guys sick of what's happening there? Come on, Colorado, you used to be red. Let's get you back.
You got blue jeans on, man. Go with these tomorrow.
Washington.
I'll wear my flag tomorrow,
Man,
boy.
what do we have to say about that up there in the Pacific Northwest? Seattle and Portland, are we really going to
Look
let
at that.
those two cities control your state? I mean, they've been an absolute disaster up there. So, Oregon and Washington, you got a big governor race up in
I was gonna
Washington.
pick it up.
I think we got a chance there with Lauren Colt. So get out and vote for Lauren Colt. Get out and vote for President Trump up in Washington.
Oh,
We got a House race up in Oregon. Alex Garlatos. I think that's one we can flip. That's one of the 17 seats that we can flip to get the House back. Let's see who else. California, I've said it many times. I love you, California. You're my home. I love you. But we got to change it. Oh, the president. Looks like the president's arriving. All right. The man is in the house. The beast has just pulled up.
oh, he just pulled up?
The crowd is fired up.
Oh, he just pulled up?
I think he wants to
President
cut a
Trump
belt.
is in the house for his second to final rally of the campaign. The crowd
I
is
think
ready.
once
They're
he's
energized.
lost his belt.
They're
Yeah,
enthusiastic.
fight with Bobby
They're
Lashley.
confident.
Oh.
And he did
They're
that
having a
thing
good
they took
time.
his hand.
This is what America's all
Is he
about
coming?
right
Is
here.
he here?
Yeah, he said he
We
just
gotta
pulled
keep
up.
it.
Where's he
Come on,
playing?
America. Get out and vote tomorrow for President Donald J. Trump.
Is he there?
4
Oh,
more
yeah.
years.
Don't worry, I will.
4 more years.
Yeah, 4 more years.
I ain't seen his plane, man.
Can't wait to see this tonight. It's gonna be great.
Where's the plane?
President Trump's gonna get that shot of adrenaline he needs. Finish this campaign on a high note. He's ready. He's given it all. He's laid it all on the line for us. We gotta lay it all on the line for him
I
tomorrow.
need a helicopter.
He's given us everything he's got. He's fought the media. He's fought big tech. He's fought the liberals in the House. He's fought the liberals in the Senate.
I want one.
He's had to fight his own
We're going
administration.
Wednesday.
People leaking.
We're going
I'm
Wednesday.
gonna have my money
He's had to fight the globalists.
I'm not Lisa
He's had to fight the
Biden.
deep state, corrupt politicians. He's had to do it all, and he's done it all for us. So we got to do it for him tomorrow.
See?
We
Red,
gotta
white, and
go
blue.
out, and
It's
we
all
have
about
to
the red,
make
white, and
this
blue.
victory so big
I mean, red, white, and
that
blue.
they can't
Tom.
dispute it.
Look
We
at
need
that,
to
look at
send
that.
them the strongest
Oh, I like
message
that.
we can send them. That we're here, we're not going anywhere, this is our country, we're going to defend it, we're going to defend our freedoms and our liberties, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's the message we need to
See,
deliver
there was
tomorrow
something
night.
like that. The guy had the red.
I like what he has
The
on.
crowd
You
is
got
having a great
picture.
time. Look at
Yeah,
these guys
yeah.
taking the front row.
No, that
Oh
Drake's
man,
over there.
142,000
I like the
watching
hat.
on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. Keep it going. Keep sharing. Keep sharing. Thank you so much, guys. Oh, what a scene we got here. Everyone's having a good time. This doesn't look like a nervous crowd to me. This looks like a confident crowd. This looks like an energetic crowd. This looks like a common sense American crowd.
Where's Trump at?
Oh man, you gotta love it. Presidential seal is now on the podium, checking the mics. The president should be here any minute.
Should be.
Remember this, folks. You'll never see
B-56.
anything like it ever again. Cherish it. Enjoy it. And let's make history tomorrow night. Don't be one of those people who say, I wish I would have voted for the greatest president we've ever had. Make sure you get out and do it tomorrow. All right.
Here we go.
Here come all the cameras. It looks like he might be on his way.
I didn't.
4 more years. That's what we need. We got to give this president 4 more years to finish the job. The
Well,
best is yet to
you
come.
voting for 2 people? Who'd you vote for the second one?
Thank you
I
so
didn't
much for
vote.
taking over. Chiz was
Now,
talking
who's
while
you
I
voting
was
for
doing
the
some
second
camera
one?
work there. I'm not very fancy on the
Please.
camera work,
Oh,
but
wait.
I'm back on,
You got-
guys.
you
Hey,
got-
I think we are going to smash
Come
that record
on.
tonight because we got
You gotta vote for-
145,000
you gotta vote
people
for
watching us
people.
live right now.
One.
And President Trump just arrived via motorcade, so in a matter of moments, he will be taking the podium. Presidential seal is ready to go. They're just doing some adjustments up there. It's just a matter of time. So what I need you guys to do in the meantime, while we're waiting, because like I said, President Trump's going to take the podium in
Repeat
moments.
Joe Biden.
Share, 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 share.
Oh, I love when he says
Right
that.
now,
I didn't vote
reach
last
our
year, the
all-time
year
record of
before, or years
200,000
ago.
viewers tonight.
What you got,
We
Bobby?
can get there together
My drink.
if you just share it.
In the cup?
Get it on Facebook. Get it
That's
on
the second
Twitter.
one?
All of you
No,
watching right
that's
now,
not.
give us a thumbs up so we can circulate
What was that,
YouTube's
Boom's phone?
algorithms.
No,
No, I think I said that for Thanksgiving.
Pro-Trump, pro-American,
What's that in there?
pro-freedom media.
My
So
green
help
apple.
us circumvent that
Yeah, you got
process
too much
by
left over.
liking this stream.
You drunk already?
Subscribe to Right Side
Yeah.
Podcast and get the
Yeah.
bell
Let
notification.
me taste that. Let me taste that. Let me see how that
We
tastes.
have the super chats rolling in. I'm gonna give you some
How's
shout
it
outs in a
taste?
second.
Mine finished, yeah.
I'm your host, Mike
Mine
Dempsey.
finished.
Follow me on Facebook, Twitter,
Anybody go
Instagram.
off the wall?
Search Mike Dempsey 813. I should pop right up.
I like
Search
Boom
my
Shop.
What?
That's,
course,
that's
my
good.
co-correspondent here, Chiz Maga.
Exactly.
Green apple.
Chiz Maga. Is that how they find you on Twitter?
Yeah, Chiz Maga on Twitter. That's it.
Cool. Chiz Maga. Mike Dempsey 813. Follow us.
Yeah?
Support us. Support
She got
RSB.
Boom's
Go
phone.
to RSB Network on Twitter,
No, she's on
Instagram,
the phone. She can't
Facebook.
hear. She's got the headphones on.
Share the stream back up to 148. We're gonna smash it. Because usually once President Trump starts
We
speaking,
can say that for
we're up to
Thanksgiving.
we usually go up by like at least 30 now. I think we can smash the record from last night in Rome, Georgia, where we hit
We're
107.
going Wednesday. We're going
And let me tell
Wednesday.
you guys again, our
Well,
partner for
Wednesday
the day,
tomorrow.
Disney
I
Coins.
just should get all
Disney
the
Coins is the epitome
So
of
we
made
run
in
around too
America.
much, you know.
Because they are made in America by American machines, by people who deeply love America. These coins are made with genuine silver and copper. They release 20 new patriotic designs, and they have 2 new ones coming out each month. And
Oh, no.
See?
Oh, no, it's loading.
J. Trump.
Come on.
There he is, right there. Yeah, we're gonna win. We're gonna win, Trump. We're gonna win.
From the lakes of Minnesota
Come on. Oh, it's 9 o'clock. Oh.
unseen shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. I got to stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt about this one. God bless the USA. Where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up
Oh, we gotta vote for you,
next to
buddy.
you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt about this land. God bless Kenosha. Right? That's
Kenosha.
what we won. And hello, Wisconsin. Big day tomorrow. Big day. Big day. And I think we're going to do very well in Wisconsin, just like we did 4 years ago. And it's an honor to be with you. Thank you. And this is a lot of people. This is a lot of people. See, you know what that means? That means we don't have to pay for the microphones because they did a bad job. Tomorrow we are going to win this state, and we are going to win 4 more
Come
years
on.
in the White House.
I'm scared. Come on.
And
I'm
with your
scared.
vote, we will continue to cut your taxes, cut regulations, support our police, support our great military, protect your Second Amendment. It's under siege, but don't worry about it. Unless Sleepy Joe got in, then you can forget about your Second Amendment.
Sleepy Joe.
Defend religious liberty and ensure more
I'm posting
products
some
are
YouTube
proudly
today.
stamped with that beautiful phrase, made in the USA. Next year we will be, and you know, we're going to be together next year. We're going to be together for 4 more years, and we're going to be together forever because we're doing things that nobody's ever done, and we're doing them together. And it was my pleasure to be with you a number of months ago when you were in the news, right? You were in the news. Next year will be the greatest economic year in the history of our country.
Oh,
And I hope you can hear. Can you hear back there, brother? Yeah, snow? Oh,
Three.
okay, that was the problem. You got to get the microphones fixed. What's wrong here? How's that? Is that getting better? And they were supposed to pay these people, right? No? Is that better? Come on.
It comes off.
Okay, we'll do this.
It comes off.
We'll have to improvise, you know? Sometimes you have. Okay, you ready? We'll have a go. Which is better, this one or this one? Which one? This one. Is that better? Can you hear?
They're both sound good.
It's going to be a very uncomfortable evening for me. All right,
What do you have? 2 microphones
let's
there?
go.
You got 2 microphones.
Good job, fellas. I'm always saying I want a perfect mic. Good
Which
job.
one is better? You got 2
Unbelievable.
microphones.
Unbelievable. Is that better now?
Is that better?
So this is the first time I've ever used a handheld for
A hand.
an hour, 2 hours,
Well, he
3
got the
hours.
handheld one.
We have one
I
more
think that
tonight
one
after
was.
this
Got the
Grand
handheld
Rapids.
one?
You know, we
Got the
finished up
handheld
in
one.
Grand Rapids.
One more. One more.
We finished up there 4 years
Oh, you put
ago
that one
and
down.
a little bit
It's
superstitious.
laying
Let's
down.
do it the same way. We came here, we came to
Yeah,
Grand
and
Rapids.
yeah,
Let's
one
keep
more.
it going, and I hope everyone can hear me now. Yes? Yeah? All the way back there? All the way back?
Oh,
Good. You let me know. You're
Oh,
not shy. I was wondering. Everyone thought I thought they didn't like me. I was saying, I'm not sure. I said, what's going on over here, right? Good. Thank you very much. So under my leadership, our economy is now growing at the fastest rate ever recorded. 33.1%, fastest ever recorded. We created a record 11.4 million jobs in the last 5 months. That's a record. And while foreign nations are in free fall, we are
That's a big
creating an
microphone.
economic powerhouse unrivaled
I got
anywhere in
one
the
there,
world.
hanging off the
A
side.
recent Gallup poll found that
So what's those
56%
two
of
things?
Americans
Keep
say
an eye
they're
out for
better
them.
off today
than they were 4 years ago. That's under the auspices of Barack Hussein Obama and Sleepy Joe Biden. You're not going to want to have
Sleepy Joe Biden.
You know, if we had, see the media, look at all the media back there. If they had a cover,
Sleepy Joe Biden.
For 2 months, and say, we have to bring the president back, we have to
I
bring,
bundle up. I
we
didn't
have to
feel
bring
cold that
Trump
much.
back. They would be out
I
of
have-
business.
I
They would
bundle
be
up.
out of business. If Biden, Harris, and
I was
the
wear
radical
this.
left
I don't wear
gain
the
power,
bottoms. I used
they
to
will
wear the
collapse our
bottoms.
economy and send your nation, this wonderful
I don't
nation,
wear the tops. I used to
into
wear the bottoms
a
and tops.
depression. That was his right. You know, this is the only guy I've ever seen
Don't like the
who
bottoms.
runs by saying, we will, he doesn't
And the
say it like
tops,
that,
too.
he goes, "Will."
Or keep your
We
legs
will
warm from the
raise your
downtown
taxes.
behavior.
I never heard that
Keep your
before.
legs warm.
You know, I've covered
Or you
politicians,
put
I've
the
been
socks over
friends
the
of politicians,
things.
I've been enemies also,
Tuck
but
them
I've
like
never
this.
seen somebody saying, we will
Like that.
raise your taxes. They want to give you the
That's how you do
largest
it.
tax increase in the history of our
With the
country,
thermal.
and we can't let that happen. We can't let that happen.
So nice.
So get out and vote.
He
Tomorrow
never
is the
said it.
biggest. Tomorrow will be, I
He
think,
never
will
said
be
anything
the
about
most
the,
important election
How
in the
high your
history of our
socks are.
country, and I
Yeah.
never thought I'd say that. I never thought I'd say that. So
He
get
never
out
said
and
anything
vote.
about the checks or nothing, because he's the one that's sending them out.
Sleepy Joe Biden will raise your taxes $4 trillion, massively increase your regulations, shut down your farms, close down your
I bet he was
factories.
laughing at that.
How's he doing so far? Send your jobs overseas. They start booing him. I don't know. Is this guy really thinking about? I mean, could he really win? Are we serious about this?
Yes. No.
What the hell is going on? Is he serious? Guy has no clue. He's shot. Some people are shot. He's shot. Did you see him today with the aviators, right? The glasses, right?
Yeah.
Came on. Very tough. He's very agitated. You know, it's like sort of like going crazy, I think. Destroy the suburbs, dissolve your borders, terminate religious liberty, outlaw private health care, confiscate your guns. Second Amendment is in deep trouble. Not with me, it's not. It hasn't. You notice it hasn't been touched, right? It hasn't been touched. You think that was easy? It wasn't easy. And indoctrinate your children with anti-American lies. So I just signed an executive order to teach our students pro-American values. Right? Pro-American values. Biden has vowed to abolish the American oil and natural gas industries and ban fracking. Now, from your standpoint, you don't like it because you don't want energy costs going up, right? That's what he did. Biden's energy ban will send every state into crushing poverty, from Wisconsin to Michigan, Nevada, Pennsylvania. As long as I am president,
Vote for
we'll
Trump
remain the
2020.
number one producer of oil and
In Russia, I'm
natural
gonna vote for
gas
Trump
in the world.
2020.
We are right there. And we will remain energy independent. You know, we're energy independent. We don't need foreign nations anymore.
Vote for
But we
that
have
guy.
good
Trump
relationships in the Middle
2020.
East. You know, we're doing peace in the Middle East. You believe it? No blood in the sand. Peace in the
President
Middle
Trump,
East.
see rally in Karachi.
Joe Biden is a
Kenosha.
globalist who spent 47 years outsourcing your jobs, opening your borders, and sacrificing American blood and treasure on foreign wars. You know what they call them? The endless foreign wars. Countries that many of you have never heard about. What? What? What?
What are you saying? He's laughing. He's laughing. They're saying lock him up, lock him up.
I don't know. I think we're doing fine with this mic, but I don't want to put this guy under pressure.
He already said twice.
You're on stage. You got 27,000 people watching you. Don't get nervous. Oh, he's not nervous. He's a professional. I'll give you the name of his company. Never use that company now.
Look, you took it
Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. This is okay. This isn't bad. Do you want to? Oh, you want to just put it in there? Well, is it the same mic as the other one? It's a different mic. That means that one's supposed to be better, right? That's not good.
That's not good.
All right. Okay, we'll take that sucker out of there, right? Congratulations. Go ahead. You want to put it in?
Wanna put it in?
How's he doing? He's doing a good job, bro. Come on.
Sexy. No, you gotta put that one back over there.
Oh, God. Come on, you gotta make a speech. Let's go.
Now we're back where we started.
Take it off.
That's what I like about him.
Okay.
Take it off again.
Okay.
We're back
You
where
know
we
what?
started.
Took it
And I
off
won't
again.
pay the bill of the company that does this crazy microphone, and they'll do a story. Trump is a horrible human being. He doesn't pay a bill. No, I don't like to
He
pay
just said it
bills when
twice
people do a
ago.
bad job. You don't
Yeah,
either,
I
but
missed it.
I don't know. They look like nice people. They come from Kenosha, so I'm going to pay the bill anyway. What the hell? You know, well, at least I proved one thing. You know, did you ever see where I lift a glass of water and I wear the red tie? They're sort of expensive, and you know, you don't like to spill water on the red tie, right? So sometimes I'll use two hands, and because I want to catch the water, because I want to save the tie, because I'm basically cheap, you know. So I'll take the water and I'll go like this,
Sure.
and I'll take a little sip, and it'll say, "There's something wrong with him. There's something. No, I'm trying to save." So I go like this. So now by holding a mic all night long like this, you're going to say, well, there's nothing wrong with that right hand or left hand. Now, did you ever hear that? There's something wrong. You can't lift a glass of water. No, I have no problem with that. Someday I may, like Joe, but I don't have any problem. Biden was a cheerleader for NAFTA and China's entry into the World Trade Organization. Wisconsin lost half of your manufacturing. Think of it. You lost half of your manufacturing jobs after the betrayals. These were betrayals by a lot of people, and Biden was
Jesus
one of them.
Christ, man.
He's a corrupt politician, and
I'm
he sold
busy.
out Wisconsin to China, but he's a corrupt politician. And these people never told you that, and they don't want to write about it, and big tech doesn't want to talk about it, and it's off bounds, and they're not allowed to talk, and we have suppression. We have suppression. This is a media suppression, the likes of which nobody has ever seen. And if you take a look, you've never seen anything like it. The famous last words, huh? But no, nobody's ever seen anything like it. You know, his son walks in. His son had no job. He left the military. Unfortunately, it wasn't good. And then what happens is the father becomes vice president, and this kid becomes like a human vacuum cleaner. He follows the father into countries. Dad, who are you going to today? Well, let's go to China. And he's a vacuum cleaner, follows the father, takes in money, right? It's terrible. They give him $1.5 billion. $1.5 billion. Think of it, $1.5 billion, and he gets fees off that, millions of dollars a year. There's only one problem: he has no experience investing money. They give him the money. They gave him the money after 10 minutes. I think our Congress has to take a look at that. What do you think, fellas? I think we're gonna have to look at it. Can you imagine? You know, I have a lot of my kids here tonight. Can you imagine if my kids said, "Yeah, Dad, I got $1.5 billion from China."
Still got a sub in there.
Oh, I don't think they'd want to write about that in the fake news. Do you think they'd write about that? Then he gets $3.5 million from the mayor of Moscow's wife. What did he get that for? Remember, I asked that at the debate, the first debate. I said it. Chris Wallace thought it was an inappropriate question. Really? You think?
Let me finish
Chris
that, bro.
Wallace.
Can I finish that?
No, I must tell you, I think Kristen did a better job. Kristen Welker, right?
The bottle's empty
I
already?
don't think she was perfect. Actually, some people said she wasn't really very nice. I thought she was nice. Relatively speaking, she was great. From what I get. How about the one Savannah Guthrie? You see that one? That was,
I don't drink those.
that was another
I don't
beautiful.
drink.
Live at 9 o'clock,
That's you
she's jumping
guys.
out of
You
her
guys
chair.
drink
She's like
those.
going crazy.
I don't drink
But
those.
we all do well. You know, I get questions like he gets. He gets Sir, what kind of ice cream are you eating? Did you see that? They never ask me questions like that. In 2016, Wisconsin voted to fire this corrupt, and really it's like corrupt political establishment, right? And you elected an outsider as president who is finally putting America first. Finally putting America first.
I'm gonna get that hat tonight.
And if I don't sound
Wednesday
like a
we're going.
typical
Not tomorrow.
Washington
We have too much
politician,
running around.
it's because I'm not a politician, right? If I don't always play by the rules of the Washington establishment, it's because I was elected to fight for you, and nobody has ever fought harder for you than I am. I will tell you, nobody. When the violent mob came to Kenosha, Biden opposed sending in the National Guard. Of course, you remember this, right? He didn't want to send in the Guard. He thought it was terrible to send in the Guard. And we sent in the Guard, and we saved Kenosha. We saved Kenosha. I said, I think Kenosha's going to like me. We did a good job.
9:18.
I wish they sent him in a little bit earlier, right? If we had him in a little bit earlier, but that's okay.
I can see
That's
the time
okay. But we sent in, and how good did the Guard do, though? Did we do the job? Did they do the job? Biden and Kamala. Does anybody know who Kamala is?
Yes, I do.
This wonderful woman. She wants to be your first female president. I don't think so. I don't think so. That's a good reason not to vote for Sleepy Joe, too, right? You don't want to do that. You want to have, we all want to see that happen someday. We don't want this to be the one, right? But they're waging war on police, you know that. Police, we have a lot of police here tonight, I recognize it.
9-877-82
Because I went and I met all of the police. I met a lot of great police. Federal police, I met the whole group. And you have great police.
And he's a comedian at the same time.
I said all morning long too.
I agree with that. But I stand with the heroes of law enforcement, and I was honored to be endorsed by Kenosha County Sheriff David Beth. Thank you, David, wherever you may be.
827-829.
Thank you, David.
187-823-8269.
That was so nice.
There, Ralph.
They like you out there, David.
That's what it is.
That's very good. Appreciate it, David. Thank you very much.
1-877-823-8279.
And as I'm sure you've heard, Biden's far-left supporters are threatening to loot and riot tomorrow if they don't get their way. If they don't get their way. Are we all ready, David? Everybody ready? If they know we're ready, and if they know we're not playing games, they won't even be here. They won't show up. It's like I brought an old law into existence when I saw them going around all over the country, knocking down statues, right, and monuments. And we brought it in, and I signed it, updated it, signed it. 10 years in prison if you knock down a statue or monument. And you don't see it anymore. They look and they say, we'd like to knock that one down, but you know what? 10 years is too much, darling.
It's 3 times
now. This is yet more evidence why the radical left cannot be trusted with power. We strongly condemn political violence. We condemn it, and we condemn it strongly. Biden must tell his supporters. He doesn't really have supporters. Let's face it.
Where is that statue?
He doesn't have supporters. The guy's shot. He doesn't have. There's an ideology that has supporters, and he's just a vessel. He happened to be the one that got through because Elizabeth Warren, instead of getting out like she should have and letting Bernie take it. Bernie, I got to tell you, he is a great loser. He really is. He loses. It happened with Hillary, and it happened with Elizabeth Warren. What she did was incredible. That's a similar philosophy. But Biden ended up being there. And that's the way it is. And he has to tell his supporters. And I think you're going to see something. Look at the people over here. They go, hello. Can you actually hear this? Can you hear this? Because this is the worst microphone I've ever used in my life. Can you actually hear me? They can. In the back. All the way back. That's good. Thank you. I can't believe it. Sounds terrible to me. His silence it doesn't sound great, right? To me, it doesn't sound great. It's all right, good. You know what? Keep saying it. That bill, he says, don't pay him. Don't pay him.
Don't pay him.
You hear that, Johnny? Don't pay the damn
He said
bill,
don't
will you
pay.
please? A piece of garbage I gave you. It's not even the first rate back. The good one is it's put to rest. We put it to rest. The good one we put to rest. All right, don't pay him. But as president, I will ensure peace and order in this country. We are going to have peace and order.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's got one more place
And you're going to have a
Yeah,
day
yeah.
tomorrow, the
No,
likes of
please.
which I think
Yeah.
people haven't seen in
I
a
don't know,
long
that's what anybody
time.
else was saying.
A long time. You're going to have a red wave. It's going to be a beautiful sight. And you know what? We actually have a country that outside of a radical group, and this is a radical group, but we have a country that's very well united. When you look at a group of people like this, it's incredible. And I go from here, I told you, Grand Rapids. They say they have 40, 50,000 people in Grand Rapids. Last night in Florida, we had 45,000 people. No problem. Everybody's in love. Everybody loves our country. It's a beautiful thing. I'm telling you, there's a lot of unity. We just don't complain. You know, we don't complain. We just go out and do what we have to do. But you know, when we were having that incredible run, we were doing the best, and now we're almost at that same point, and we'll be there soon. But our country was uniting. We were getting calls. We had the best employment numbers ever. African American, Asian American,
One
Hispanic
small one
American.
and 2 blue pills.
And we were getting calls like, yeah, maybe it's time we
It'd be
get together,
kicking
you
in
know,
within
because
half an
success
hour.
brings people together. Success brings people together, and you're going to see that happening.
Plus a boo.
Because we're having numbers the likes of which we've never had before. 33, think of it, 33.1%. Nobody's ever had that. The highest was 1952, and it was less than half of that number. So rioting, looting, and arson will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. I'm just telling you that right now. I'm telling you that right now, that if people are, you know, I hate to see where they put boards up on a window. This shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be that. But we are a country of law and order. We have to be. We are. And people, and you notice, I hate to say it, but it's true. These are Democrat mayors and governors. These are Democrat-run cities and states. They're the ones, if you look at New York and Chicago, and how about Portland, which is anarchist? We could solve that problem. We tell the governor, you want us to solve the problem? We solve it in 30 minutes. We solved it in Seattle. We went in, we were going to go in the morning. We announced we're going in the morning, and they just raised their hands and they left the night before. And we did a great job in, Minneapolis. We did a great job. We're going to win Minnesota for 2 reasons. We did a great job. Now, they could have let us do it a week and a half early. That would have been nice, you know. Right? So that
It'd
the
be on
announcer,
paper.
remember the anchor?
Ours
You
would be
look
on
over, it's
paper.
just,
His
this is a
would
peaceful
probably be
protest.
on machine or something.
Thank you. What a group. What a group. What a group. I've gotten to know this state very well. You know, you're surprised. You know, you're the one that put us over the top. You know that, right? Remember? We were waiting for Pennsylvania 4 years ago. We were
This
waiting
would
for
be a long
Pennsylvania.
video to post.
They didn't want to call it.
Too.
Oh, they were going crazy, these
This would be
people.
a long video.
They were crying. They didn't know what the hell was happening. They said, this will be a very short evening for Donald Trump. 4 years ago, right? And they were just, they were looking forward. Remember the woman crying in the convention center, that beautiful? Remember the woman? She was going crazy, glasses, her head's gone. I wonder where she is right now. They put her away. No. This was not a person that I was easily going to convince to be on my side, I think. She was going crazy. But remember at the beginning, they show everyone's happy, everyone's thrilled. They spent a fortune. It was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in terms of a stage. They had it shaped like the United States. Hello back there, you okay? But that was a hell of an evening, and this evening is going to be, I'm telling you tomorrow, it's going to be, I can't say bigger. Was there ever anything as big? I'll tell you, the election is more important, but the evening will be as good or almost as good, and that's okay too. But that was a first, right? That was a first. That was some evening. Yeah, that was some evening. He won Florida. He won Ohio. He won it all.
Means one more year. One more year. Oh, more.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And because of the microphone, we are giving you back half of your admission price. But considering that you paid nothing, I'm sorry, you got nothing. The price is right. Nah, it's fine. But, but wasn't that something, though, where they say, the evening begins, and they say, this is going to be very quick. You know what happened? They did exit polls. And a lot of the people said, none of your business. Oh, who did you vote for? None of your business. That meant Trump. And they did 44%. You know that 44% of the people said none of your business, and that meant Trump. They call it the none of your business vote. But almost all of them, I think maybe all of them were Trump. So they didn't count them. So they said, oh, this is going to be a blowout tonight. But they didn't realize, these pollsters haven't been doing so good with me. And we blew it out. It was incredible. It started with Ohio. Remember, we're going to do great in Ohio tomorrow, too, by the way. Great place. Donald Trump has won the state of Ohio. That's a big state. I heard for a year when we were doing this, you cannot win unless you win the state of Ohio. Every night they did it. And then all of a sudden, poll numbers started coming out that I was leading in Ohio. But anyway, they thought I was going to win by 1 point. I won by 8. They said he won Ohio. He won by 8 points. What the hell is going on here? That's a lot. And then they said, oh no, please don't tell me this. Donald Trump has won the state of Florida. No, please. Please. Remember Martha Raddatz, ABC. Oh, my God. Please don't tell me this. Oh, no, I'm a neutral. I'm very neutral. I don't. Please. Martha, you're neutral. Please, the tears, wipe them away quickly. No, then we won Florida, then we won Georgia, then we won South Carolina, then we won the firewall, remember North Carolina. That's their firewall. We were going to win North Carolina. They put so much money into North Carolina. But we had an asset from North Carolina named Lara Trump, married to the legendary Eric Trump. Where are you? Are you two there? We had a big asset there, Lara Trump, and she knew that area so well, and they loved her so much. They loved her so much. And they just had another baby, and they named the baby Carolina. They named the baby Carolina.
Wow. That's her right there.
And I tell you, though, but I said we have to give South Carolina some credit, too, for that. Bring them up. Come on up. Get over. Come on. Bring them up. Bring them up. Great. Come on. Come on, Laura. This one, they love her in North Carolina, South Carolina, Pennsylvania, and they love her in Wisconsin, too. Here you go.
Oh.
You dropped them.
I'm done now, apparently.
Oh.
Wisconsin, who here is ready for 4 more years?
Oh, she broke the thing off of it.
A vote for Donald
what's
Trump
a
is
big
a vote
river?
for freedom.
Oh,
A vote for Donald Trump is a vote for the future. A vote for Donald Trump is a vote for God. And a vote for Donald Trump is a vote for America. How do you guys feel? Are we going to win Wisconsin?